Hello and welcome to this quick video on a few not so known tricks regarding Neuvillette. You can check my full guide in the description for more context. Let's start. First tip, you can decrease the time required to start your charge attack, and no, I'm not talking about absorbing the droplets he creates with skill and burst. Look at this side by side. On the right, I'm much faster at starting my attack, even if both scenarios are with 3 source water droplets absorbed. The way you want to be starting your charge attack is by holding your attack button, but then releasing right after he's about to start. That way the absorption of droplets will be faster, so it's faster to heal up, and faster starting getting your damage in. I tested this on mobile and it works the same way. I'd assume it would also be the same on PlayStation, but I don't have one to test it. By now, a lot of people have seen this, but it's possible to spin so fast that his charge attack hits in AoE around him, instead that in a straight line. This makes some content where enemies spawn around you much easier and faster. You will not always get all your hits in, but you will still get the majority. It's only available for PC users as far as I know, as some mouse can increase its DPI to a very high number and allow for super fast camera rotation. My mouse actually has a button that can enable or disable this even during combat, which makes it super easy to do and switch between the two playstyles. Next is a reminder to double swirl. When you're playing Neuvillette, especially in teams with facial or other electro units, remember that it's possible to swirl 2 elements even using the same exact cast of a skill. However, Neuvillette does not apply lots of hydro, and characters like facial apply a lot of electro, so you have to either set up differently or make sure you're quick enough to catch the double swirl. See how in this example, all my team is able to get buffed by Casual's Ascension for Swirl mechanic, and 40% electro and 40% hydro damage bonus is assigned to the entire team. This is more clearing a misconception that I've seen around more than a tip, but I felt like I need to say it. Neuvillette can trigger his own Ascension 1. You don't have to apply Hydro first and then let your teammates do the reactions to boost his charge attack. It can be done by Neuvillette himself. For example, I can apply Cryo and then have Neuvillette trigger Freeze to get 1 stack of it. It's kind of obvious as the skill states when a party member, so it includes Neuvillette, but I've seen a lot of people forcing the other way around and I wanted to make it clear. Zongli players, I know it's weird to use, but consider having a 4-piece Archaic Petra when using Neuvillette. Many are playing this team, which is basically a hyper Neuvillette for C0 players. Here Zongli's tenacity will only buff facial slightly, while Archaic Petra can either buff 35% electro to facial or 35% hydro to Neuvillette. It's still not ideal, but it's a good input, especially considering that his set doesn't matter too much, and even an instructor could fit this team if the HP is enough. If you ever get confused on what reactions are going on, especially in teams where this guy is present, keep in mind that you can check his Ascension 1 via his rings on top of his head. If you see 3 of them, you got the full buff and you're good to go. His clothes also slightly changed color, but that's harder to spot while fighting. Now a bunch of tips that are pretty much useless in combat, but fun to know or handy in exploration. He can walk on water with his charge attack animation. Using the same animation, he can also climb mountains. He can attack through basically anything in the game, like other enemies, walls, geoconstructs, and he applies a Hydro to himself during his idle animation. I've tried to use this Hydro aura on him to do something with it, like switch to an Anemo character and try to infuse, I don't know, a Kazuha E with the Hydro, but it doesn't work. So that's whatever. The best thing you can do is freeze yourself. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for the support on this basically new channel. If you like my content, make sure to sub or visit over twitch.tv/7even please. We're live every day doing account reviews, Abyss, and more. I'll see you next time.